Hello everyone, welcome to today's video where we reveal the shocking stories of 11 actors currently rotting in jail in 2025. From household names to rising stars, these individuals went from the red carpet to prison cells. In this gripping expose, we'll uncover the reasons behind their downfalls, exploring scandals, crimes, and the choices that led to their incarceration. Number one, Danny Masterson, best known for his role in That 70s Show, is serving 30 years to life in prison for raping two women in 2003. The crimes occurred at his Los Angeles home, and the victims were members of the Church of Scientology. They testified that the church pressured them to stay silent, fearing retaliation if they reported the assaults. In May 2023, a jury convicted Masterson on 2 counts of forcible rape after a retrial, as the first trial in 2022 ended in a mistrial. The prosecution described how Masterson drugged and assaulted the women, using his celebrity status and connections to silence them. At his September 2023 sentencing, the judge emphasized the severity of his crimes. Masterson has since appealed his conviction, arguing procedural errors and the exclusion of evidence during his trial. Despite this, his case is considered a major example of holding powerful figures accountable for sexual violence. Number 2, Michael Jace, an actor best known for his role as a police officer in The Shield, is serving a 40-year prison sentence for the second-degree murder of his wife, April Jace. The incident occurred on May the 19th, 2014, at their Los Angeles home. Jace shot April multiple times in front of their 2 young sons after an argument about their marriage and finances. During his trial, it was revealed that Jace had a history of domestic violence, and the prosecution argued that the murder was premeditated. Jace claimed he did not intend to kill April, but only to hurt her, which led to his conviction for second-degree murder rather than first-degree murder. In 2016, Jace was sentenced to 40 years to life in prison. The case highlighted the devastating impact of domestic violence and the tragedy of the couple's children witnessing the crime. Jace remains incarcerated, serving his sentence in California. At number 3, Skylar Deleon, a former child actor, is on death row in California for the brutal murders of Tom and Jackie Hawkes in 2004. Deleon, along with accomplices, lured the Hawks under the pretense of buying their yacht, the Well-Deserved. The couple had been living on the yacht and planned to sell it to spend more time with their family. Deleon and the accomplices overpowered the Hawks, forced them to sign over ownership of the yacht, and then tied them to an anchor before throwing them overboard alive, leading to their deaths by drowning. The crime was premeditated, with financial gain being the motive. In 2008, Deleon was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to death. The case also uncovered Deleon's involvement in other crimes, including a previous murder. The trial revealed a deeply manipulative and violent personality, with prosecutors emphasizing the cold-blooded nature of the murders. Deleon remains on death row at San Quentin State Prison, awaiting execution. Number 4, Amy Locane, a former actress known for roles in Crybaby and Melrose Place, is serving a prison sentence for a fatal DUI crash in 2010. On June 27, 2010, Locane, driving under the influence, collided with another vehicle in New Jersey. The crash killed 60-year-old Helene Seaman and seriously injured Seaman's husband, Fred. Locane's blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit at the time. Witnesses reported she was speeding and driving recklessly before the crash. In 2012, she was convicted of vehicular manslaughter and assault by auto. Initially sentenced to 3 years in prison, the sentence was deemed too lenient and was repeatedly challenged by the victim's family. After multiple resentencing hearings, Locane's prison term was extended to 8 years in 2020. She is serving her sentence in New Jersey and is required to serve at least 6 years and 10 months before becoming eligible for parole. The case underscores the tragic consequences of drunk driving and the pursuit of justice for victims' families. Number 5, Harvey Weinstein, a former Hollywood producer, is serving a combined 39-year prison sentence for multiple sexual assault convictions. He was a powerful figure in the film industry, but his fall began in 2017 when numerous women accused him of sexual misconduct, sparking the hashtag #MeToo movement. In 2020, Weinstein was convicted in New York of third-degree rape and a first-degree criminal sexual act involving 2 women. He received a 23-year sentence. In 2022, a Los Angeles jury found him guilty of additional charges, including rape and sexual assault, related to assaults on 2 other women. He was sentenced to 16 more years in 2023 to be served consecutively with his New York sentence. Weinstein faced allegations from over 80 women, with many testifying that he used his position to coerce or assault them. His convictions mark a landmark in holding powerful individuals accountable for sexual abuse, highlighting systemic issues in Hollywood and beyond. Weinstein, now in his 70s, is likely to spend the rest of his life in prison. Number 6. Kaalan Walker, an actor and rapper, was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison for multiple sexual assaults. Between 2013 and 2018, he targeted young women and teenage girls by promising them modeling and acting opportunities through social media. He used platforms like Instagram to gain their trust, only to later assault them in person. Walker was convicted in April 2022 on charges including forcible rape, statutory rape, and rape by intoxication. The victims were 3 teenage girls and 4 women. Walker's defense claimed that the encounters were consensual and that the victims were lying out of revenge, but the jury found him guilty based on the testimony of the victims and evidence. In October 2022, he was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison, with the additional requirement to register as a sex offender for life. His case highlights the dangers of online predators exploiting social media to manipulate vulnerable individuals. And number 7. Shannon Richardson is serving a prison sentence for sending ricin-laced letters in 2013 in an attempt to frame her estranged husband and a political figure. Richardson, an actress and extra known for small roles in TV shows, became involved in a criminal plot after a tumultuous marriage. In May 2013, she mailed letters containing ricin, a deadly toxin, addressed to then-President Barack Obama, New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, and a gun control activist. The letters were intercepted and the investigation quickly pointed to Richardson. It was revealed that she had purchased the ricin ingredients online and had been experimenting with the toxin in her home. Her motive was believed to be an attempt to get attention and create problems for her husband, whom she was separated from at the time. In 2014, Richardson pleaded guilty to 2 counts of sending a biological weapon and was sentenced to 18 years in federal prison. Her case drew attention due to the dangerous nature of the crime and the fact that it was ultimately a misguided attempt at revenge and manipulation. Number 8. Zara Phythian is a British actress and martial artist, known for her role as brunette zealot in the 2016 film Doctor Strange. However, in 2022, Phythian's life took a drastic turn when she was sentenced to 8 years in prison for sexually abusing a 13-year-old girl. The court heard that Phythian, along with her husband Victor Mark, had groomed and abused the victim over several years, beginning when the girl was just 13. The abuse continued until the victim was 15. Phythian had denied the allegations, but was found guilty of 14 counts of sexual activity with a child. Her husband, Victor Mark, was also found guilty and received a 14-year sentence. The judge described the abuse as appalling and stated that Phythian had taken advantage of a young and vulnerable girl. The sentence reflected the severity of the crimes and the harm caused to the victim. Phythian's case serves as a reminder of the devastating consequences of child abuse and the importance of holding perpetrators accountable for their actions. Number 9. Ryan Grantham, a Canadian actor known for his role in Riverdale, is serving a prison sentence for the murder of his mother, Barbara Waite, in 2020. On March 31st, 2020, Grantham, who was 21 at the time, shot his mother in the back of the head while she was playing the piano in their home. After the murder, Grantham filmed a video confession and later planned to kill Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, although he never carried out the plan. Grantham's defense argued that he was suffering from severe mental health issues, including depression, and that he committed the crime in a fit of distress. In 2022, Grantham pleaded guilty to second-degree murder for killing his mother. In September 2022, he was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 14 years. The case highlighted the tragic intersection of mental health struggles and violent behaviour, as well as the devastating impact on families. Number 10. Zack Avery, an actor known for his role in The White Crow, is serving a prison sentence for a large-scale investment fraud scheme. Avery, whose real name is Zachary Horwitz, was convicted in 2022 for defrauding investors out of over $65 million. He falsely promised them high returns from distributing films to Netflix and HBO, claiming that the streaming platforms had purchased the distribution rights for multiple films. Avery created a fake narrative of successful film deals and forged contracts to convince investors to fund his supposed business operations. However, the films were never sold to Netflix or HBO, and the money was instead used to fund Avery's lavish lifestyle, including expensive cars and real estate. In 2022, after being arrested and charged, Avery pled guilty to securities fraud and wire fraud. He was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison for his role in the scam, making it one of the largest fraud cases involving Hollywood. The case underscores the dangers of deceptive investment schemes and highlights the consequences of financial crimes. Number 11. Jennifer Shah, a star of the reality TV show The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison for her role in a nationwide telemarketing fraud scheme. Shah was involved in a scheme that defrauded elderly and vulnerable individuals out of millions of dollars by selling fake business opportunities. The scam involved recruiting people to promote fraudulent services such as lead generation for companies, and then taking a portion of the money from these victims. In March 2022, Shah pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud after initially denying the charges. The charges stemmed from her involvement in running the operation, which spanned several years. Shah's role was crucial in recruiting others to participate in the fraudulent activity, which caused significant financial harm to the victims. In January 2023, she was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison and was also ordered to pay $6.6 million in restitution. Her case highlights the serious consequences of financial fraud and the exploitation of vulnerable individuals. Thank you all for tuning in and watching our content today. Your support means the world to us and keeps us motivated to bring you the best. If you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. We appreciate each and every one of you and look forward to sharing more with you soon. Have a great day.